Hey guys, it's Johnny again. Right, this video is a video response to Metal One, Mind Over Metal, and he's asked favourite band and why. I was thinking about going down doing the route like Metal Mickey did. That might happen. So I won't tell you my favourite band yet, but everybody knows who my favourite band is. My God. So if you already know, you might as well switch my video off now and go and listen to something else. Or watch somebody else, right? So back in '86, obviously, I discovered a band called Europe. When this song came out, yes, and people will say, where'd you get that Europe album cover from? Well, it's no surprise, but I have 3 of these, and everybody says, I've never seen that before. But this is what my original cassette of the Final Countdown. It's the first press in the UK, and yeah, so if you've never seen this before, you need to hook it out. Try and find it. But I have 3 copies, and yeah, this is the 1986 first press UK edition, and there it is there. I played this to death when I had the cassette, and they were my favourite band. They were absolutely awesome, right? I didn't want to know about any other band until that came out, and obviously I didn't get this out exactly in '87. More like '88 when I first got this. My neighbours are being assholes, banging around again. So I'm just going to throw something at the ceiling again, like this, like that. That's what I'm going to throw at the ceiling. I'm getting fed up with their bloody noise. Right, so I can hear them over my stereo, right, and that's when it pees me off. So yeah, so up until that came out, or I'd heard it, this band were always #1. And they were still #1 for quite a while, until about 1989. And yeah, these hit the top spot for me, and they've been in top spot for a very, 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 very long time. And I just had to have everything that was Def Leppard. And then another person came along called, you know, in my life, called Ozzy Osbourne, and I explored these 2 records on cassette in about '91, after No More Tears song came out, and this was just absolutely awesome. But it couldn't top this band, and Europe never topped this band ever again. So we can put Europe away, even though they were my favourite band for many years. And then obviously before the Ozzy, I was listening to David Coverdale and Whitesnake, which is how do I put it? Here, I obviously discovered this, and Whitesnake's playing now, and yeah, when I discovered this band were at #2. They were huge in my life, along with Def Leppard. and Europe were in third. And obviously I didn't go and discover new stuff. Wasn't interested in newer bands, newer things coming out. I just researched their older stuff, and it made me appreciate them much more. And then obviously years later I discover a band called Judas Priest, and 1994 time, and yes, this is my favourite Priest album, and even though I love this band today, this band has toppled Europe further down the list, and these are my third favourite band. Ozzy is probably fourth or fifth, but only with Randy Rhoads though, and Jakey Lee stuff. Obviously some Zack stuff, but what stayed in second place was a change, and that change came obviously with many albums of listening to Whitesnake and Def Leppard, more Whitesnake obviously, and this artist flew back up my charts from number 2 to number 1, and Def Leppard went to number 2, and it's been that way ever since. And people say, so why do you like Whitesnake then? It's because of this guy on the front. This guy, I love his singing. This guy could sing the Telephone Book and I'd still buy it. He could talk the Telephone Book and I'd buy it on CD. There's just something that clicks. This is very nostalgic for me because I played it a lot when I was with my pop in his car when I was a kid. Well, 11 years old, 12 years old. And these, for some reason, even though I didn't know about this band until 1987, 88 time, right? When I listen to the old stuff, there's just a nostalgic thing that reminds me of when I was a kid, and I don't know what it is, and yeah, it gets me a bit choked up. But yeah, even though I didn't even hear the stuff back then in the 70s and 80s, so well, a bit of the 80s obviously, and also my uncle used to play this a lot as well, especially this one. So he was my influence to get into the old stuff. So, and I think he bought this because by mistake, thinking it had some new songs on it of the time, the late 80s, but it didn't. It only went up to 1982. So, but yeah, that is why Whitesnake are my favourite band, because it hits me here, in here, up here, and does more for me than this. Some people might find that strange, but nah. There's a lot of bands like that that do that to people, and they don't know why it does it to them. People might laugh at me because I listen to certain songs by just artists you would never expect me to be listening to, like the Carpenters, Aha, Duran Duran, Talk Talk, Depeche Mode, the Eagles, lots of AOR bands. What else? The Beatles, love them as well. But this is where it is for me. And I think it's going to take a lot for me to come away from not loving that band, and it not being number one. And yeah, there you go. I hope that was, you know, by the way, I love the older Whitesnake more than I do the newer stuff, but I still love both. So there you go. That's my answer. And yes, we've got some Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City playing, so there you go. Plenty of love in the city in my heart for Whitesnake and the city. So yeah, there you go. See you later.